Hello you guys, hello YouTube, it's me Alexa, the lady extraordinaire, and this is a movie review. I went to see Avatar, The Way of Water, the second movie I've seen in cinema in 1 year. The last time I actually went to the cinema was Dune, a fabulous movie called Dune, science fiction galore, and now it's another science fiction galore, Avatar 2, The Way of Water. Now, my history with Avatar, what can I say about it? I remember watching the first movie in 2009, and I remember seeing it, and I wasn't quite sure if I liked it. I was like, wow, this is fascinating, but I knew I had to see it again. It was one of those movies, you leave the theater and you're like, did I like it? Did I not like it? But I have to see it again. So Avatar 1 I saw 3 times in the cinema, and I still couldn't figure out if I liked it or did not like it. It wasn't until, and then of course I bought the Blu-ray and I watched it at home, and I was like, I'm still not sure. But before the release of Avatar 2, The Way of Water, they actually screened the first one at the IMAX theaters in my town. So I went to see Avatar 1 on IMAX for the first time, because back in the day, 2009, we did not have an IMAX in my town. So this fall, when they re-released the first Avatar, I got to see it on IMAX for the first time, and it was honestly the first time I really knew I loved that film. Now, we're not here to talk about the first one, we are here to talk about the second one, and I went to see the IMAX, the premiere, and did I like it? Did I not like it? That's the question. Honestly, that's a really big question. Let's start with the best. Best of all, I really did like the 3D effects. CGI flawless. It looks so fucking real. It looks like what those Planet Earth, those nature TV shows with David Attenborough when they're like deep diving in the oceans, watching the animals, the creatures. Avatar 2 feels like that. It is that real. The creatures, the Na'vi, their skin, their movements, their eyes. There is life in those mothers. Honestly, I was gasping for 3 hours and 12 minutes just because of the effects, the visuals, the 3D, the CGI, flawless. I don't think we're gonna see anything this good 3D wise for a very long time. Honestly, I cannot fathom. It's gonna be a really long time before we see something as spectacular as this, like flawless CGI. Those creatures were fucking alive. You could almost touch them. It's unreal. Now, what I did not like, the movie feels repetitive. We've seen that before. In the first movie, we followed Jake Sully on his adventure on Pandora with the creatures, and when he was like, wow, what's this? We, the audience, were just behind him. We were equally amazed. And now it's the same. The family escapes, obviously, because the humans are attacking their village, and the only way the Sully family can save all the other Na'vis or the tribes is by escaping. Yeah, they seek refuge, and there we go again. The Sully family, it's like Jake Sully, the father, Neytiri, which I love, the mother, and they have 2 sons, 1 daughter and 1 adopted son. Yeah. So there are 4 kids. They seek refuge, and they have to learn to adapt to this new environment with all that comes with it. They have to learn to breathe underwater, deep dive. They have to learn how to ride these water creatures, and it feels very, very repetitive from the first film. You know, when Jake had to learn how to fly those banshees. So that was a huge, like, no, I'm not gonna say a huge letdown, but it was a bit of letdown, because I really wanted a new story, you know, something completely new, but it was just kind of the same, but in a different environment. So I'm thinking the third film, which is gonna be up in the mountains, or, you know, they're gonna change environment just to twist it up a little bit, like they're doing the Star Wars thing, you know. In the first Star Wars movie there was the desert, in the second one there was the snow planet Hoth, third one we had the Endor moon, you know, the forest. I don't buy it, honestly, I don't. Give me a fucking good story, and I don't care if it takes place in one room, you know, or in one house. The environment doesn't really make it up for lacking of story. And also, one thing I did not like about the second Avatar movie was the dialogue. It was horrible. At times it sounded so fucking stupid. I was like, who wrote this? Who approved of this? The villains in particular, there's this one villain, a whale hunter kind of guy. He was beyond cliche. He was so fucking stupid. You know, everything was like, yeah, let's make money, you know. We know that the humans are there on Pandora just to exploit it, you know. We know that. They don't have to spell it out. But this guy was every time, yeah, let's kill them, let's get them, let's make some money. And I was like, oh, shut the fuck up, you know. You would be more threatening if you shut the fuck up, you know. Just one look on your eyes could be so much more horrible. Even the Quadrich character, I really loved Quadrich in the first movie, but this time he's inside an avatar body. It's not really Quadrich, it's just an avatar body with the memories of Quadrich. I'm not trying to spoil anything, because I think this is clear from the trailers and from the premise of the movie, you know. It's no spoilers, really. But I really didn't buy it. I'd rather, you know, if they had a new fucking villain, you know. I don't want to see it all over again and again and again. And the other character was also who returned, Sigourney Weaver. She's playing this 14-year-old girl, Kiri, who has obviously some connection to Sigourney's character, Grace, from the first movie. And this kid has some, I would say, special powers, kinda. But the one character I really did like, and I wish the movie focused more on him, was the kid, the adopted kid from the Sullys, Spider. He was good. His presence, the actor, his face, one look, and he was sort of in between. He wanted to be a Na'vi because he connected so much to them, but he was a human. So he was an outcast even within his family, you know what I mean? And that they could have run with it, you know. That aspect I really loved. And Neytiri, one of my favorite, if not my favorite female heroines of all fucking time. She was badass in the first movie. She's badass here also, but she doesn't have that much screen time as Jake Sully or Quadrich or the kids. She's kind of in third place, and that's a little bit of a shame, because I would honestly really love an Avatar movie with only, or like an Neytiri movie, Avatar, a special movie, you know, only focusing on her life, her badassness. Or maybe a prequel, you know, how Neytiri became to be this fabulous, awesome warrior. That would be fun. So yeah, I am sort of split between, I really enjoyed the 3D aspect, the effects, the technical aspect of the movie in IMAX, flawless, the best 3D I've ever seen, but the story left me kind of wanting more. And this movie is 3 hours and 12 minutes. And mind you, even if you go to the loo before going in the movie, you best believe you are gonna need to go again, because guess what? This movie takes place in the water, and when you hear water, when you see water, guess what happens to your down there? You wanna go to the loo. Best believe me. I mean, that's what happened to me. Mama kept, squishing her legs. It was quite, the ordeal to sit there for 3 hours and 12 minutes and thinking about, do I need to go to the loo or don't I? You can't decide. Maybe that's what ruined the movie for me, my bladder. So think about it when you go see it, that you're gonna be stuck there for 3 hours and 12 minutes, and you have to eat good, drink good, not too much, just watch what you take food-wise before you go see this movie if you don't want to miss one single scene. Obviously the movie is is made in that way that the middle part is quite not much happen. Of course, it's only the family exploring the new environment, so you can use that middle part of the movie to go to the loo and then come back for the action. The last 1 hour is pure action. It is so intense that I almost had an anxiety attack. Honestly, I don't know what happened to me. It was just the explosions, the killings, the violence. Lives were at stake, if you get my drift, and it was quite intense. I'm not sure I really liked it, honestly. It was too much for me. At times I felt like, I need to go, I need to leave the theater. It's too much. It was an attack of all my senses. Maybe that's why I didn't enjoy it as much. I don't know, but it was intense. Kinda in the vein of Aliens. Aliens is one intense hell of a movie, which I love. And this one is almost there, and that's a big problem with the movie also. It's a bit too much of everything. So like when I left the theater the first time in 2009 for the first movie, I kept thinking I have to see it again. This time, as much as I kind of enjoyed myself and the movie was quite alright, not bad, not good, not bad, but not amazing, it's somewhere in the middle, but I did not feel like, I have to see it again. No, I did not feel like that. I'm thinking I'm quite good. If it takes another 13 years to the next Avatar movie, I'm quite good. I'm not really gagging for more, because it was too much of a good thing, like eating 5 Christmas dinners in one day or something like that. It just felt too much. I would rather the movie be like 2 hours and a half or something like that, and tone down the intensity. Yeah, but I know some people are gonna love it. Some people actually are really, really loving it. They're hyping it as the best experience they've ever had, and some people are like, no, it is not that good. So it's really. It's very divisive. So either you're gonna love it or you're gonna be like quite blasé about it. So I will give Avatar: The Way of Water 3 stars out of 5, which is good, but not mind-blowing. There are some really beauty marks in there, sparkled everywhere. Like I told you, the dialogue awful. They're not using Neytiri as much. Bad choice. And yes, but you have to see it for yourself. So this was my review, my non-spoiler review of Avatar: The Way of Water. Thanks for watching. Ciao.